So shall we start now, Shibi? What do you say?
Yeah, I'm okay with it if maybe some people would join as we start.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. May I request each one of you to please switch on your cameras? It would be lovely seeing you all and meeting you all virtually. No matter in whatever setting are you sitting, but we would love to meet you all. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
I'm sorry, I'm excusing you to do not open my camera because of the background at home.
No problem.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
May I request Miss Noha, Miss Nahla, Miss Aya to please switch on your cameras. Hi, Rose.
Hello, dear. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Everything is okay.
So can we start now, or do we need to wait some more, give you some more time? Some more time?
Yes, I think a future school should join too, and another school. So just give me 3 minutes and we will start.
Sure. So in the meantime, we can have our introduction with each other. That will be great.
Okay.
So I request participants to introduce themselves. Miss Gada.
I think Mr. Motaz from Future is here already. So if you want to start, it's okay.
So can we start now then?
Yes.
Okay. So let me formally start it. Good afternoon, everybody. In India, it's noon, so I am saying good afternoon right now. Welcome to this Zoom session by Good Luck Publishers. With a rich legacy of 40 years, we are on a mission to provide high-quality resources to schools. Our books have earned trust from prestigious institutions in India and in various countries abroad. Today, join us for an interactive and insightful session on AI, led by experienced academician and renowned personality, Ms. Shibi Anand. Before we embark on this journey of quality education, I would like to give you a small introduction of Ms. Shibi Anand. Shibi is an experienced educator with over 19 years of hands-on teaching experience and diverse leadership background. She has utilized her extensive knowledge to design and develop various training and skill-building programs. Her unwavering passion for being genuine and positive change maker drives her to continuously learn and adapt to the latest educational trends and best practices. So let's benefit from her wealth of expertise and dedication to improving our education. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Niharika. Namaste and good afternoon to everybody who has joined us from across the different places. It's wonderful to see you all here. Now, since we are all doing this workshops online, I understand that many of you may not be able to turn on your cameras. That's absolutely fine. But whoever can may turn on your cameras, and the others, if you could give your responses via the chat box, that would be lovely, because that's the way I would derive my energy to go on with the session. So give me a moment while I share my screen, and Harika, just let me know if my screen is on and you're able to see everything. Yeah. Has the screen come up?
Go ahead. It's
yes.
visible.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. So as Niharika introduced, today we're going to explore more into artificial intelligence and how we can take this subject into our classrooms. Meanwhile, while the session is on, we would request you to keep your mics on mute so that we can take the sessions without any hindrances, and you can always communicate with me or Niharika using your chat box. So yes, the future is here, and the question is, are you ready to embark on this journey? So today we are here to take you through the journey of exploring artificial intelligence into your classrooms. Has the slide changed, Niharika?
No, it's still the same.
Okay. Okay, so today's workshop goals are, you would understand the significance of teaching artificial intelligence concepts in schools, how you can teach those concepts in your schools. We will also explore some online activities and resources that could be used to engage students while they are learning artificial intelligence in their classrooms. We will also discuss some of the teaching pedagogies that are relevant for teaching artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is a skill-based subject. So unlike the other subjects that we take on, the pedagogies that we use for artificial intelligence would be slightly different from the ones that we've been using for our other subjects. Okay, and we'll also see how we can integrate artificial intelligence into the other subjects that we are taking. Now, I want you to all use your chat boxes. You've all joined us from different parts, and I want you to tell me at present, how are you feeling? So if you could just put it in the chat box, what you see on your screen is checking of your emotions at present. So how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling angry because you've been called on an afternoon to attend a session? So how are you feeling now? So can I have a few responses in the chat box as I move on? Like for me, I am really, really excited because I want to share my experience as an educator with you. Yes, I can see, oh, somebody is feeling cool and someone is feeling quite happy. It's really nice. Thank you so much for your, responses. Can I have a couple of more responses? Excited. That's wonderful, because learning is always exciting, and it's very, very important to be excited when we embark on this journey of learning. So I want everybody to know one thing before we start on this journey. Everyone, each one of you are capable taking artificial intelligence into your classrooms. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your response. So this is why I said that we need to use our chat boxes a lot more, because that gives a lot of interaction and that gives me a lot of energy to go on. Okay, so thank you. Moving on. Why should we teach artificial intelligence in our classrooms? Okay, everybody talks about artificial intelligence. They say we are moving towards an era which would be governed by artificial intelligence. But why do you really think it's important for as schools, as teachers, to adopt this into our classrooms? So here's just 6 of very relevant points that I consider personally that why we should teach AI in schools. The first one, and the very important one, is because it helps us to teach our children future ready skills. The world is driven by skill oriented people, and teaching artificial intelligence to our children helps us to prepare them for a world that you and I have not yet seen. We don't know what holds 10 years from now, 15 years from now. So we are teaching students to be prepared for 10 years from now, 15 years from now. And artificial intelligence helps us to teach them those skills that are required to equip them to face the world, face the future world. Second thing is, if we look around us, we would see artificial intelligence in everyday life. For example, right from the Alexa and Siri to the product recommendation that comes up, or the mails that we use, or the healthcare sector, or agriculture, or any field that you think of, you see artificial intelligence there. So it is very much part of our lives today. So it's very important to know that subject and learn and teach children more about it. When we grew up, there were certain jobs that we were aware of, and most of us took those jobs. Now we are living in a world where there are n number of career opportunities that you and I are not even aware of. We haven't heard of what kind of jobs are going to come up in the future. We're not aware of. So artificial intelligence opens a whole lot of career opportunities, and we don't want our children to miss out on any of these. So we want our children to be equipped with it. And of course, our children do not belong to India or Egypt or UAE or America or any of those. They are global citizens, right? So you're preparing them to be global citizens. And what more important thing than to teach them artificial intelligence and, equip them to deal with the world. And it also helps them to collaborate. It helps them to use artificial intelligence concept in the other subject areas as well. And you and I know that learning is for lifelong. So we're preparing our children to learn throughout their life, to equip themselves with the changes that's happening all around them. So these are some of the reasons that I think artificial intelligence is very important in our classrooms. Now, if you think that there are other reasons, please feel free to type it out in the chat box as I'm taking you through the session. Okay. Now, on my screen, probably it's
فاهم عليك انا مش
tiny for you to.
لا يعني انا مش سامعك كويس اتفضلي.
Excuse me, may I request everyone to kindly keep their mic on mute?
Niharika, if possible, yes. Thank you so much.
I have.
Yeah, thank you so much. What you see on your screen is top 10 skills listed by World Economic Forum. Okay, some of it, I would just read it out for you because it's very tiny there. Analytical thinking and innovation, active learning and learning strategies, complex problem solving, critical thinking and analysis, creativity, originality and initiative, leadership and social influence, technology use, monitoring and control, technology design and programming, resilience, stress tolerance and flexibility, reasoning, problem solving and ideation. So think for a minute and let me know if you are teaching at least one of these skills in your classrooms to your students, because these are the skills that are going to keep them relevant in the coming years. So these are the top 10 skills by the World Economic Forum, and we are focusing on that. And it also says that it has listed out 10 jobs that are fastest growing and 10 jobs that are fastest declining. Okay, so there are a lot of jobs. There's a lot of rumor around the world that they say that artificial intelligence is going to replace teachers, it's going to replace your jobs, and it's going to be all over the place. Yes, to an extent, that is very, very true. But you and I cannot become obsolete because we are teachers. In India, we celebrated Teachers' Day yesterday, and we know the importance according to the changing times, according to the changing world, and equip our children to take on the world head on. Okay, so now some of you may think, okay, so is there any special requirement to teach artificial intelligence? Do you need to be equipped, or do you need to have certain kinds of degrees or something like that? All I would say as an educator myself, before being into a teacher trainer, I am a classroom teacher. So I understand the classroom scenarios much, much better. So I am with you, and I would say that there is no special requirements to teach artificial intelligence. You don't require fancy labs. You don't require any qualifications beyond a learning mindset. Okay, you just need to have a growth mindset. Now, when I talk about growth mindset, it is your ability to say that, okay, I'm not sure if I know about this right now, but I'm confident that I can learn and I can teach my children. So if you have a growth mindset, if you have a positive attitude, you can bring artificial intelligence into your classrooms and your children would benefit immensely. Okay. So how do I go about introducing artificial intelligence in schools? We will start with the basics. You have textbooks, you have online resources, you have platforms that help you to deal with artificial intelligence. So you start with the basics, right? So as early as you start, even in the smaller grades, you could just give them the basic concepts of artificial intelligence by giving them some relevant examples that they see in their daily life and then connect them to the subject. Artificial collaborative learning that has to take place. So you start with the basics. And when you are teaching artificial intelligence, remember that as a teacher, you're learning too. So there may be occasions, there may be times when a child would come up with a question to you and you are not able to give the answer immediately. That's absolutely fine. A teacher is not an encyclopedia. A teacher is not somebody who knows everything under the sun. It's not. We are also learners. So in artificial intelligence, it's also a pretty area for us to explore. So you can always tell the child that, okay, right now I may not be able to answer your question, but let me get back to you tomorrow with the answer for this. So you can always tell the children, and they do believe, teachers who are honest, who are vulnerable, who accept that they don't know something are more accepted by their children. Incorporate real world examples. You can talk about how images are recognized, how the fingerprints work, how biometrics works, how you have self-driving cars, and on what principle do they work. So you can talk about some real world examples with your children. Engage hands-on learning. Now, talk about artificial intelligence, which is a skill-based subject. Learning has to be hands-on. So it could mean that you present to them an area, a problem that is related to their own life. And then you could ask them, okay, how do you think that you can work around this problem and come out with a solution using artificial intelligence? Or if you want to design a smart classrooms, what do you think are some of the requirements to have a smart classrooms? What about a smart home? What about developing a game, which you think would help other learners learn better, visual learners or kinesthetic learners learn better? So you could do that. Then a very good way of teaching artificial intelligence would be to integrate it with existing subjects. As we go on, I have just selected a few subjects and I've listed out what can be done with those subjects and AI together. Then foster collaboration and creativity. What we are doing right now is collaboration, right? You're being hand-holded. So like that, students also need to work together. Teachers need to work together. You need to put your hands and minds together and find out how something can be done in a better way. So these are some of the ways in which you can introduce artificial intelligence into your classrooms. So again, I said, the teaching strategies and the best practices in artificial intelligence education would be contextualization of the content, okay? Make it relevant to them, their lives, connected to their life. Even if you're using a resource, you will have to give them examples which they can relate to, they can think about, okay? Personalizing their learning, collaboration, diversity and inclusions, and some real world connections. So these are some of the strategies that you can actually use in your classrooms. So now moving on to the key pedagogies for teaching artificial intelligence would be active learning. Again, it goes back onto hands-on activities, discussions, and problem-solving exercises, project-based learning. So unlike the other subjects where you have a little bit of theoretical explanation as well. We do have a little bit of concept explanation in artificial intelligence, but it'll be more on projects which the students can create and develop on their own using the concepts or using the tools of artificial intelligence. So the pedagogies for using artificial intelligence in your classroom would be project-based learning. Collaborative learning is, again, you work in group, you work in with your peer, you work with your team to develop something. A few people get together and they discuss a problem, they brainstorm about it, and they find out some of the platforms that are relevant, that can help them in developing a solution for that particular problem. And then they come and share their development, their journey with the classrooms. Okay, inquiry-based learning is another pedagogy that you can try out in your classrooms, which is you are going to put a topic across on a screen, and then you're going to ask some open-ended questions to them, and you encourage your children to ask questions. Questions are very, very powerful tool to to open up areas that otherwise are difficult to explore. So encourage your children to ask questions, ask them to explore some of the topics independently, to have some research. Now, the word research or the term research has been very, very relevant for a 21st century educator. Not everything is going to come from the teachers. Not everything is going to come from the school. There is a lot that is on the learner as well. So a learner needs to research on the topic and delve deeply into it and come back with whatever they have learned in the classroom and discuss it in the classroom. You can also have flipped classrooms in your teaching pedagogy. Flipped classrooms would be, you could ask them to go through a certain topic or certain videos or some reading materials at home. And then when they come back into your classrooms, you would have discussions based on that. You could have hands-on activities based on that. Okay, so if you are all with me, could you just type yes in the chat box? If you're able to follow what I'm trying to put across, just type a yes in the chat box, and I know that you're following what I'm trying to tell you. And as I move forward, I can take a feedback and monitor my classes accordingly. Okay, so if you are able to follow, thank you so much for engaging in the chat box and letting me know that this is making sense to you, because it's very, very important. As teachers, it is important for us to find out from our children that whether they are with us when we are taking a particular topic with them, when we are teaching them a particular concept, it's very important for us to know if they are with us. So yes, another teaching pedagogy that can be used for teaching artificial intelligence is you can use case studies. Okay, you can bring in the relevant. Yeah, I need more examples and programs. Yes, we would be dealing with that. So case studies could be, you can generate case studies. At the end of the session, I would introduce you to a tool which would help you to generate case studies in real world applications to show how artificial intelligence can be used in industries and different contexts. Okay, you can use problem solving. You can give them a problem that you're currently facing, probably at home or at school, and ask them that, how can we solve this? Or can technology be used to solve this? Can you think of some ways in which we can solve this? So that could be one way. Again, Socratic method is about open-ended discussions, asking open-ended questions to the students and finding out more about them. You can have some visual aids in your classrooms that would help them to see and understand what they are learning. There are a lot of platforms, and in the textbooks also, they have given you clearly some links which you could use in your classroom for your daily teaching learning practices. You can also discuss about biases in artificial intelligence. So you could pose a question to your students because they are the future creators. So what are some of the things which they think should be kept in mind while developing a new technology? There could be a debate based on that. You could have 2 teams, 3 teams, debating on the relevance of or the importance of people who are behind the creation of artificial intelligence. So that could be that. Before I go for further forward, I have actually kept the links to be discussed at the end of it. Okay, somebody is asking me for example, so I'm just going to stop my presentation for a while, and I'm trying to share my screen where I have a couple of examples with you. 1 second. All right. Just give me a minute while I take my screen. Okay. How many of you are aware, or how many of you are actively using the chat GPT? Could I have some responses in the chat box? How many of you are actively using chat GPT? It's wonderful. And how are you using chat GPT? What are you using it for? You could unmute and speak, or probably you could put it in the chat box. I see a lot of yeses, which are very, very encouraging. Yeah, what do you use the chat GPT for in your classrooms? How do you use it? I would like to know about that. Coding, searching for quick answers, creating PBL activities. Yes. Sometimes for email writing. Brilliant, brilliant. So, ChatGPT is a wonderful tool along with Google Bard or any of the other artificial intelligence tool that you can think of. And it helps you actually. Yeah, I got a response. Report preparation, writing documents to speed the brainstorming. Yes. For example, if I want to introduce, these are people who are taking which all grades are you taking right now? I just want to pick up one particular grade and one particular topic that you want an example with. And I want to show you how you can generate ideas for that. Can anyone give me a topic or a grade that you're taking? Have you already introduced artificial intelligence in your classrooms, or you are preparing to introduce artificial intelligence into your classrooms? Can I have some responses in the chat box, please? Preparing, not yet. Okay, all right, no problems. Okay, so let me just take my screen and I'll share my screen with you, and I'll show you how we can actually use yes, 1 second. Just give me a minute. Yeah, somebody said already we use the most. I'm sorry, Mr. Ahmed, I'm not able to get that completely. So if you would like to explain that to me, you're free to do that. So I hope you're able to see my screen. And are you able to see the chat GPT? Yeah, perfect, perfect. I understand that. And it's very encouraging. So if you tell me how else I can help you, that would be quite helpful. So I'm going to generate, your lessons are basically of what durations? 40 minutes? 1 hour, 1 period in your classrooms is of what durations? Niharika, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. 1 hour. Okay, great. So you have an hour classroom. And suppose if I want to introduce the concept 2 lessons per week. Perfect. Okay, some people are having 40 minutes sessions also. So I'm just going to take 40 minutes as a basic. You can have 1 hour. You can change it according to what you want. But I'm just going to ask Chat GPT. Now, since Mr. Ahmed said most of you are ICT teachers, so this is not in chat GPT, there's something known as prompt engineering. So chat GPT can give you a lot of responses based on what you ask the chat GPT. But there is something that we all need to understand, that the way we ask the chat GPT That is how unique the responses would come to us. To begin with, I'm just going to create a lesson plan of 40 minutes for a 12-year-old child to introduce the child to the concept of artificial intelligence. So I'm just going to type out this on my screen. Okay, so when I do this, on my screen, you will be able to see the ChatGPT would give me briefly a layout, a sketch of my 40 minutes classroom with everything that I need to introduce my group of students to artificial intelligence as a concept. Okay, so when my children are learning artificial intelligence for the first time, probably I would just, it makes it very clear of what are some of the requirements and how do I introduce. It clearly gives me questions also that I can use to ask my children. And then I can use some of the resources that are available to introduce artificial intelligence. For example, when I have my textbook, I also have a digital support that comes with the textbook that would introduce me to the concepts of artificial intelligence in my classroom. So you see, the whole class of 40 minutes has been divided into first understanding artificial intelligence for 10 minutes, citing different examples and calling them out for a discussion, and then some case studies that can be actually taken up. So you can actually take these clues from here and put it on the ChatGPT again and get a detailed case study that you could discuss it with your students. All right. And then you can have some hands-on activities that can be done with the students, where you can just group them into small groups or pair them up. You show them a video clipping and ask them to discuss questions that could probably raise from after watching that particular video. And how artificial intelligence can help. You can also discuss about the basic difference between the human intelligence and the artificial intelligence. The whole point here is to engage the children, make them feel relevant about the topic that you're talking about. There would be a lot of ideas that would come from your children. So you can take up cues from there and you can introduce your children to that. All right, I'm just going to share another site, which is called an auto draw. It is a part of Google's artificial intelligence experiment. Niharika, has my screen changed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you see on your screen right now?
Auto draw.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Yes, you can ask. Is there any question? If there's a question,
yes, I would like to mention a point about the AI platforms that you recently used. It's not available in our country, by the way. So do you have any other suggestion for ChatGPT platform or similar?
Yes. Google Bard is available in your country, Ms. Mohammed? Google Bard?
I think so.
I would just show that to you as well. Says like, 1 second, just give me a minute and I'll just show it to you. I'm sure that since Google is accessible all over, you will be able to access Google Bard. It's spelled as B-A-R-D. B for ball, A for apple, R for region, and D for Denmark. Okay, so
This
if
is available.
ChatGPT is not available to your country,
Yeah, this is what we used in email writing.
yes.
Okay, yeah, it's available in Egypt.
Okay, is this what you're using?
Yeah. This is what I'm using.
Do you think? Absolutely brilliant, because whatever you are able to do using ChatGPT, you're also able to do using the Bard. Okay, so and in fact, once ChatGPT gives you only one draft of your question, the Bard gives you 3 drafts. You can actually select from the 3. So everything that you're actually doing using ChatGPT can be done using the Bard also. So I hope that helps in sorting out the issue of ChatGPT not being there in your country. Does it? Okay. Niharika, my connection says it's unstable. So if I'm not audible or if there is an issue with my screen, please do let me know.
Sure.
Yes,
Clear
Bing is
right now,
available.
and I can see your screen as well. It's showing auto drop.
Okay, thank you so much. So Bing is, yes, Bing has also incorporated artificial intelligence into the browser. So you could use anything that is available. There are n number of artificial intelligence tools that you can use in your classroom. The presentation that I actually created, along with the images that you see on my presentation, are all created using an app called Gamma. So it's very easy for a teacher to generate content also on your own. You're most welcome, Mr. Ahmed. So this is another one. So when you are, you're teaching your children about artificial intelligence and the domains of artificial intelligence, you could also use, I want to show you this thing first because this is very interesting. It's called Oceans. Then you go to code. How many of you have used code.org? For teaching your children, because most of you are ICT teachers here, I believe. How many of you have used Oceans? Anyone who has used Oceans or code.org? You could put your responses in the chat box. Well, I'm just taking this. So this is a beautiful platform called code.org, which all the educators must explore, because it gives you tons of activities. It gives you game-based learning experience for your children, and it's absolutely free of cost for you to explore and for your children to understand and learn. So when we are actually teaching artificial intelligence and when we are teaching machine learning to our students, for example, we are teaching them that, okay, how do machines learn? We know that human beings learn from experience. So how do machine learn? So this AI for Ocean is a very beautiful site which you could actually use. I'm just going to try it in front of you right now. Niharika, just to keep guiding me in terms of, whether you're able to, one second.
We are able to see your screen,
So
as well as your face, as well as we are able to hear your voice. So no problem at all.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Since it's an online platform, it's like we are always wondering whether we are able to see. So what we're going to right now do is we're going to train a machine in identifying fish correctly. Okay. And this concept is called artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, this is known as machine learning. Okay. So meanwhile, while they are doing this particular activity, if you see on my screen, it's also giving them a bit of information that talks about preserving our marine life. Okay. So I'm going to train my system, and I'm just going to, or no. Right. So just say whenever a fish comes, I'm saying it as a fish. Okay, this is fish. I'm just quickly going to do this. Okay, not okay. So as your children are doing this, at the end of this, they get a certificate which they can keep it as part of their portfolio. And also they get to see on their screens some relevant information about what they are learning. So it's not just learning about artificial intelligence. They're also learning about sustainable development goals. They're also learning about what they are presently doing. So right now we are training a machine to identify a fish correctly. Okay, so this is a fish, not a fish, not a fish. Okay. Okay, let's just stop at that. And now let's see whether a machine is able to identify the fish correctly. Okay, so when you do it with your children, it's very, very interesting for them to understand, okay, as a human, I know when I look at something, okay, this is this. But how does a machine understand? So a machine is being trained with a lot of data. And based on data is what you get the info. Okay, so I'm going to run. Did it correctly? Yes. That's a fish. Oh, because I made a mistake while training my machine. It made a mistake while identifying a few things. So what is that you learn from this? You can ask your children. Okay. So what is that you learn from this? So I'm just stopping here. So can I have some responses from your side to understand that, okay, what do you understand by this? What all questions can you ask your children once they are doing this particular activity? As an educator, could you tell me what all can I ask them regarding this? I'm just looking for a few responses for me to go on and help you out. So please feel free to just put out anything that you feel in the chat box. After your children go through this, what would they probably come and share with you? Or what are some of the questions that you can ask them? Yes, anyone out there? They could analyze how machine learns. Perfect, Sherry. Thank you so much. Yes, they could know that if a human being makes a mistake while training the machine will also make similar mistakes. So the learning of the machine largely depends on the human that is behind the machine. So though we call it as an artificial intelligence, the human intelligence is very, very much required. Thank you so much for that response. Anybody else who would like to put across any other thoughts? Anyone? Okay. All right. So I'm just going back to my presentation. Yes. So if you want to generate case studies, you can generate case studies using Bing, ChatGPT, or Google Bard, or any of the artificial intelligence tools. If you want to give them a problem which they have to solve, if you want to come up with some assignments, you can create assignments for them. You can generate notes for them. You can generate links to videos which they can watch at home and then come back to your class for, explanation and discussion. All right. And another important way of teaching artificial intelligence is through coding and programming. Now, code.org, the site that we saw right now, is a brilliant platform to explore coding and programming. Even somebody who has zero experience in coding and programming can learn coding and programming through that particular site. And it is open to children from age 4 and it goes till age 18, I believe. And there are different sections for different age groups. You could explore those areas and select the ones that are available for your classrooms, and you can work that out with your children. Gamification, yes. Post-pandemic, everybody is hooked to devices. And many of the time, our youngsters are hooked to games. So why not use this AI-related games and activities to learn? So you could find n number of games again on the same website. And also in the textbook, there is a website that is mentioned. This is called, it could be rock, paper, scissors. I don't know if you are used to playing this particular game at your place, but in India, a lot of children play this game of rock, paper, scissors. Do you have this game in your country? Rock, paper, scissors? Or can you tell me some other games that you play at your end? wow. Thank you. Thank you for giving me that energy. And I have two very enthusiastic teachers
But
in my group.
we
So
play it manually with our hands.
their responses, yes. Was that to me?
It's called the tuba ورقة مقص.
Okay, okay. All right. So these are okay. So these are some of the games that you can play online with your children that has the concept of artificial intelligence behind that. Okay. There's another one which is called Auto Draw, which I wanted to show you first. So it's very interesting. So for people like me whose drawing skills are not that great, we can actually use this Auto Draw platform to draw, you know. Okay, and on my top of this, you would see a lot of suggestions coming in as on what is that I'm trying to draw. So if I say, okay, I'm trying to draw this, it would draw it out for me. Now, how does it do that? It has been trained with n number of patterns. Okay, if I try to draw a butterfly, I'm just drawing and I'm just looking at the top of it. Do I have suggestions for what I'm trying to do? No, not yet. So I'm not a good artist, by the way. Okay, so many of you may be better than me. I haven't still got my butterfly coming yet. All right. So yes, now on the screen, you would see this beautiful butterfly. So my ugly drawing has been transformed by the beautiful butterfly. So when your children explore, yeah, we will be sharing the links of the, let me just see if I have the link right now. I'll just share it with you. Tic-tac-toe, yes, bingo, stop the bus, snakes and ladders. Oh, we're very similar. So we have all those games in our country too. And those are some of the childhood memories that are coming up. I would be sharing the links of the games and whatever I have just used in my screen right now. I'll just put it up in the chat box for you too. Could you just give me a little bit of time so that when I'm onto that particular slide, I would just share it with you. Thank you so much. So you see, it's basically about experiential learning. It is basically about doing things and getting to know the concept of artificial intelligence. And it is also like if you guys are ICT teachers, so probably you will be the ones who will be taking artificial intelligence into your classrooms, but you could also handle the other teachers who take other subjects and tell them how they can integrate artificial intelligence with their classroom teaching and how they can bring in certain concept of artificial intelligence while they're teaching English, social, science, or even mathematics, okay? And you could, as guest speakers and industry experts, you could invite one of your parents, if that is allowed in the school to have, or you could call another teacher from your school who is good at it and speak to your class regarding a particular topic that you're going to teach them. So guest speakers and industry experts, cross-disciplinary approaches, feedbacks and assessment. I have another session that covers about how we can have assessments. Okay. So continuous learning, visualization to adaptive learning. We all know that none of us are alike. All of us are different. And our learning, the way we learn is also very different. So if you have artificial intelligence, you can adapt your teaching and learning to suit every kind of learner in your class. If you have a brilliant student, if you have a student who is finding it difficult to learn a concept, if you have a student who is a little bit slow in learning, you can adapt your teaching and learning based on your students' strengths and weaknesses. If you have including or if you are having artificial intelligence in your teaching learning process, okay? You have variety of resources that are available on the internet, which you could explore. Some of it on your own, some of it you can discuss with your colleagues. Connect to people outside your network to see how do they do that in their classrooms, in their countries, and then collaborate with somebody outside. Maybe you can collaborate with one teacher in India and have your class learn with her or him in that particular period from that particular teacher. So you could have diverse resources. And also, as you are jumping into teaching artificial intelligence into your classrooms, as you are learning a lot, you are teaching a lot, it is also important for you to pause and reflect what you're teaching, whether it is making sense to the children, whether it is helping them learn the concept, or is there another strategy that you need to use in your classroom? So you need to have a critical reflection of your teaching learning methods in your classrooms. Okay. So again, differentiated instruction in AI classrooms only means your children are different. So the way you teach them should also be according to the learning needs of the learner. So you could have flexible grouping, you could have different tools being used, you could use different projects given to different pairs or different groups of students according to their strengths and weaknesses. Maybe some child can do a research, some can do a presentation, some can do an audio, some can make a video. So it depends on you as a teacher, what kind of an assignment you want to give the child to learn. So when I talked about artificial intelligence, I said it's very important to have project-based learning and inquiry-based learning. So some of the examples that could be actually used in project-based learning and inquiry-based learning in artificial intelligence is research. Please do not underestimate the power of research. So while you're learning artificial intelligence, it's important for your children to research on their own, read, find out, come back, discuss, argue, debate, teach somebody else. So having a research culture in your classroom is very, very important. And they can present before the class based on their research, what are some of the findings, and you as a facilitator can add on to it. You can correct a child's learning based on your understanding of the topic research. You can, again, I don't want to stress on case study because we've already discussed it. You could have debates with students. Okay, we have driverless cars or self-driving cars. Do you think it is relevant? Do you think it is ethical? Or how will a self-driving car make a decision when it is faced with a dilemma? Okay, as a human being, you think according to the values and ethics that you have before you take a decision. But as a machine, what will it do? What do you think the decision will be based on? So these are some of the things that you can have your children discuss with. And artificial intelligence is also a very, very powerful way of developing problem-solving skills in students. As adults, when we learned, that it was a totally different scenario for us. Most of us were based on context-based learning or, some theoretical learning. But our children are living in a world where they have to equip themselves with skills. And one of the most relevant skills, along with communication, creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking, is the ability to solve problems. So there is, as long as you're living and you have life, you have problems in life. So early in their childhood, they should be, informed about the importance of problem solving. So you could give them, like how I explained about a self-driving car, and you could ask them that some part of that is not working and it's in the middle of the road. What would you do as somebody who is into the generation or development of artificial intelligence? Okay, so there was this case where Amazon had job interviews being rolled out, and it said that only males can apply. And it had a recruitment system software which took out only the resumes of the males. So the system was biased. So you could ask your children the relevance and what is their suggestions regarding that. Again, some of the ways in which you can develop problem-solving skills in your children is through all of these that you see on your screen. How can you develop your creativity in your students? Brainstorming, asking questions, design thinking. Okay, artificial intelligence is an area where children are exposed to the concept of design thinking early in life. So as they grow up, they are able to be better creators, better developers. Visual thinking. Most of our learners learn from visually. So you could have visual tools like diagrams, flowcharts, mind maps to organize ideas, and you could explain the complex concepts using some of the visual tools that are available out there. Who does not love storytelling? Everybody loves storytelling. So storytelling can be brought back into your classrooms where you could narrate some made-up stories, even for creating stories, for generating stories, for people like me who are not that creative. If I want to share a story with my students based on maybe the concept of natural language processing, I can develop a story with the help of Google Bard or ChatGPT. I can present it before my class, and I can seek for their suggestions and their takeaway from that story. So again, story can be a beautiful way of teaching children. So this was all about different teaching strategies and pedagogies that we could use for teaching artificial intelligence in your classroom. So how can you assess your children in classrooms? Okay, so can I have, yes, which platform, the visual tool platforms? Is that what you would like to know? Visual tools, is that what you would like to know? Somebody who has asked me that question, please put it in the chat box, and also please put it in the chat box. Right now, how do you assess students? Yeah, we'll share that. How do you assess your students? Yes, your students. How is the assessments done? Can I have a few responses related to how is assessment done in your schools, in your classrooms? Anyone? So some of the ways in which you can assess your children is use short tests. In terms of when you are teaching them a topic, you could prepare a set of 5 or 10 multiple choice questions based on those concepts and shoot it in the class immediately after you have taken the question, taken the topic. And then you see how your children stands. Where is the gap? Have they understood the concept? And then you would identify the areas that needs to be retaught again. You could also ask peers to evaluate each other based on the topic that you give them. Assess the technical skills. If you are if you're teaching a child coding using Python, which is the most widely used language in artificial intelligence, maybe you can give them a small program that they can do and then assess them based on that. You can assess them based on their collaboration skills, the ability to work with other children in the class. Okay. Also, you could give them some real world problems to solve and see what are some of their suggestions. For example, there is this climate change happening all across the world. So how do your children come across? What is their suggestion? Okay. So robotics, please, we need to know the platform activities and tools. Okay, some of the activities, I'll just quickly move to that particular slide where I have just given you some of the tools, but all the tools cannot be included here. Okay, I'll just first come in here, and if my time permits, I'll go back. Wait a second. Just give me a minute. I am just trying to get those links for you to. All right. Okay, I'm just going to put this onto the chat box. You could just I'm just sharing the platform link in the chat box. Some of the links that you could actually use in your classrooms. Yeah. Are you able to see the links in the chat box? Then you have something called teachable machines. when Niharika is going to take over from me, she could discuss a lot of other links that are available out there. I would also show you a beautiful website where you could. This is when you are teaching your children artificial intelligence and you want to develop projects with them, this would come to your aid. It's called Teachable Machines. Okay, so you have, where you can actually train your machine, like how we saw the computer was just able to distinguish between fish. Here you could actually train your machine. Are you able to see the Teachable Machines screen, Niharika?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, fine. So this is one side that would help you to actually use a lot of hands-on activities for developing projects and all. You could use this particular website as well. Yes, so those were some of the links that I could share with you. And yeah. So this is integrating your, when you are on the journey of starting or introducing artificial intelligence in your classrooms, my suggestion is first be a self-motivated learner. Try to learn from as many different resources. You have plenty of resources where you can learn small courses for artificial intelligence. If you're interested, I could share it with Niharika later, and then it could be shared with you. Take online courses, practice with these tools that you are seeing, collaborate with other teachers, and know that it's just a learning process for you. And if you want to integrate your ICT or computer science with language, maths, social, or science, these are some of the ways in which you can do that. There are a lot of sentiment analysis algorithms that are available. So you could use some of that when you're teaching the language. When you're using maths, you could use the recommendation systems in the artificial intelligence. When you're using science, they could identify patterns, because data is the new gold. So you could identify data for genetics or ecology studies. So these are some of the examples that I've given to you on your screens, but the sky is the limit as far as how and what you can explore in artificial intelligence classrooms. Okay, so some of the examples is self-driving cars, chatbots, healthcare, fitness trackers, navigation apps, smart assistant, facial recognition. I've just picked up these applications from the textbooks only, so you could get it from there. Okay, now before we actually close our session and go hand over the session to Niharika, before we go off, I just want you to again tell me, has the feeling changed, or how are you feeling right now? You think there was any takeaway from this session, or was it beneficial to you? Just type it in the chat box. Meanwhile, I'll show you one powerful tool that you can use for creating presentations in a matter of seconds with the help of artificial intelligence. Okay, I'll just show you one more tool before we wind up. Okay, thank you so much. You've been very, very encouraging, students. Thank you so much for all those lovely emojis that you've sent across, which means for the start, you have an idea. Now, you're all brilliant, beautiful teachers who have your hearts at the right place, and you want your children to learn the best. That's the reason today you have joined here to know more about it. Okay, so let me give you one more thing before I hand over the session to Niharika. This app is a boon, so these pictures that you see on my screen is all artificially generated pictures. I want to show you what was that platform that I actually used to generate my presentation. You could generate the presentation for any topic that you want to teach your children with the help of this particular application. And it's called, it's called gamma.app. I'll just share it in the chat box also once it has come. Okay, it's gamma.app. Okay. So this is the application. And I'm just sharing the link with you in the chat box. Do try and use this. You could do a lot of content generation using this particular application in a matter of seconds. Okay. Thank you, Nella. So this is one app that you could use to generate presentations. You could just give the artificial intelligence. For example, if I want to create a new presentation right now, and I'm saying, okay, you generate it with AI. And I can generate a document if I wish. I can generate a web page if I wish. I can generate a presentation if I wish. So I am just now, I want to show you how I can generate a presentation. So I'm just going to take this. I'm using this particular presentation. So you could check the language that you are using and then probably take it. So I want to introduce machine learning to a grade 8 student. Okay. And I'm just going to give this much. And for now, I'm just going to click on OK. So it comes out, it gives me a set of questions that it would be covering in my presentation. For now, I'm just saying, okay, continue. I have to pick a theme. So I am just going the one that has been given. And they can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic that unfolds in front of my eyes. Okay, so the artificial intelligence is in work based on the topic that you gave. So it would pick up the pictures, it would pick up the topic, and it would start generating content for me. So the more you explore, the more you will find out how best you can take these concepts in your classrooms. So these are some of the, it's because of my internet connectivity, probably, it is still generating. Okay. So you can generate presentations like this in any topic of that you want to, and it would simply help you in generating. So that was about the presentation. Let me just wind up and give the session back to Niharika. And so teaching AI in classroom isn't just about preparing your students for the future. It's also about empowering them to shape it. And as educators, your role to impart knowledge and to ignite curiosity and foster creativity and critical thinking and to nurture them is also very, very important. So my question to all the people who have joined us today is, are you ready to prepare your children for the future that they deserve? And please know that you're not alone, and all of us are with you in this journey of exploring artificial intelligence. So if you have any further questions, I'll be happy to take the questions. You can ask it in the chat box or feel free to unmute yourself and shoot it to me. Niharika, if there are questions, I'll take it up. If there are no questions, the platform is all yours.
Okay, let me ask them again. Thank you, participants. We are not closing yet. Our resource person would be leaving, and I'll be showing you the books and the test generator platforms and ebooks which we have prepared. So in case you have any questions regarding AI, you can ask our resource person, Ms. Shibi Anand. Any question, Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Hosam Rashid, Ms. Shireen Abo, and Nahla, Girmeen Ali. I hope I'm pronouncing all the name right. So I don't think so. They have written something.
Thank you so much. So it's love all the way from India, and I wish you all the very best in whatever you plan to take up in your classrooms. I'm pretty sure that all these educators are out there going to make a difference in the students' life that you teach. So thank you so much. I'll take your leave now while Niharika takes you through the beautifully curated textbooks of Good Luck Publishers. And they have some amazing content, and you don't have to worry anything, because the projects that I talked about, the research links, the extra links that you can check out, the platforms, everything is mentioned in the textbook. So thank you so much, Niharika, for having me here. It was really nice to interact with my fellow educators and share whatever little bit I knew about.
Thank you, Ms. Shivi, for this insightful session. You can, in case you wish, you can leave the session now. And I'll be taking this session forward, and we'll be showcasing you our books and presentation and the platforms which we are going to provide to teachers to help them impart education of artificial intelligence in their classrooms. My name is Niharika, and I'm working with Good Luck Publishers as product and marketing head. So when we prepare books, we keep certain things in mind. And the things are we going to present the topic in an interesting manner, the concepts in an interesting manner? Are we going to provide content which can actually feel everyone excited in the classroom, teachers and students? Students, there are two kinds of students in the classroom, we all know. Some are intelligent, they always create, they always want to know something more. They want to attempt challenging questions. And at the same time, we also have learners who are not so fast in learning. So is our content going to cater to both of these kind of children? This is the thing we keep in mind when we prepare our books. Not only this, we also have responsibility of connecting education to real life scenarios. So are we able to connect education, the concepts which we are teaching, to a real life scenario? This also we keep in mind. We also keep in mind that whatever we are giving them is also able to help them in developing 21st century learning skills. These are our responsibility towards students. At the same time, to teachers, we keep in mind that are we going to provide them enough arms and ammunition, enough material to conduct instruction in the classroom? Are we going to provide them digital support? So these are the things which we keep in mind while preparing our books and our subject content for any particular subject. Whenever any particular new subject is introduced, it again becomes our responsibility to provide information in rightful manner, structured manner, so they gain from the subjects and they become interested to learn that subject. So we have prepared a set of 8 books for classes 1 to 8 in India, and it can be used for students from 4 years to 16-year-old students. The set can be used for them also. This is the age range of the set. So the series, our book set, has a few things which I would like to discuss. It has fundamentals of computers, technologies related to computers, artificial intelligence, and coding. This is the subject matter of the books. We have used, for classes 1 to 5, we have used Windows 10, Office 2016, Scratch programming, and in classes 6 to 8, we have used Python and Python Turtle. Our core concept from classes 1 to 5 are, which we have covered, are uses of computer. In class 1, we have taken up uses of computer, parts of computer, the basic hardware which they can see and touch, concrete knowledge. So in class 2, we have taken role of computers, computer keyboard, mouse, introduction to paint, files and folders. We are taking them from hardware to software in a very slow manner. In class 3, we have taken up communication, internet, Windows 10 file management, MS Word. In grade 4, we are introducing them to word processor, search engines, presentation software, logical thinking and Scratch programming. In grade 5, we have introduced them to multimedia, robotics and computers, artificial intelligence, table management, internet services, online surfing, and gaming with computers. In grade 6, 7, and 8, our books have become more oriented towards artificial intelligence. So we have introduced artificial intelligence in grade 6, AI domains, data science, introduction to Python and Python Turtle. Then in grade 7, we have introduced them to sustainable development goals and AI applications, natural language processing, fuzzy logic, and more on Python. In grade 8, we are covering AI fundamentals, relevance of AI in our lives, SDGs, possibilities of AI in all various different fields, AI ethics, and Python. So these are the core concepts we have covered in our books, ranging from grade 1 to grade 8. When you open the book, you find main features of the book, and it says how to use the book. It introduces you to all the features of the book which are there in the book. The first feature of every book across grades is MEET. MEET means we are introducing them to a computer science-based profession. There are different professions in which computer science is playing major role. So first page of every book is introducing students to a computer science-based profession. On the second page of every book, that is in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, and grade 8, we are introducing them to any smart device, which is Internet of Things, which can be connected to internet and the data can be exchanged over that device. So it has Kindle in it. Thus, in this particular book, we have taken smart telescope, as you can see on screen. The other books have Kindle and smart watches and other such devices through which the device uses internet to communicate and exchange data. Another feature of the book is we have also introduced in each book with one trailblazer, a personality which has created a marked difference in the field of computer science. So this is just to make a child interested in the book, to understand what he's going to read, and to give him little feeling of little excitement and to warm up the whole scenario. After these things, we have taken different topics, different features of the book, which I'm going to discuss with you now. Every chapter starts with learning outcomes, so it becomes easy for all of you to plan your lessons, or you can also see and quickly browse that what is there in the lesson, what all things, particular concepts we are covering in a lesson. Then there are cool facts given in the books at various places. These cool facts, they provide some interesting snippet related to the topic, which helps them to memorize the topic in very interesting manner. Then a bite from history has also been given at various places in different books. It again reflects some event or intervention or a milestone that has happened in the past related to that topic. Again, it helps in memorizing the fact and makes the topic more interesting. We have also provided in classes 1 to 5, specifically AI Connect, because we are starting AI from grade 6 onwards. So in classes 1 to 5, we have provided AI Connect. AI Connect defines artificial intelligence to the topic being taught. For example, in this particular book, we are talking about robots. And in AI Connect, we have provided information about Pepper Humanoid Robot, which help customers in retail stores. And we have also asked students to do Google search and read more on its functioning. So wherever possible, the additional information which helps them to learn fast, which makes them little interested in the topic we have provided, which excites them, we have provided at various places. Computer ethics is one of a very important topic which we should all be aware of. So we have also given information on computer ethics, like whether why not to share your password, and you should never ask your password from anybody. So it deals with values which one should follow while working on a computer without damaging moral values of any individual or entity. So computer ethics is a topic which we have covered in our books. Then we have also covered SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, and how AI is going to help sustainable development to achieve sustainable development goals, which were adopted by UN. Apart from this, we have provided features fun with AI, interesting activities for students which they can do on computers, thereby facilitating learning in a fun way. Because we learn fast when we enjoy learning. So we have ensured that we are giving them some enjoyable activities so that they learn fast. We have also provided them with glossary, the terms at the end of the chapter, they'll find lots of terms have been provided to them. So wherever they find those terms, they'll be able to understand them faster, and it will be easy for them to recall what does this particular term mean. So important terms have been mentioned at the end of the chapter everywhere. In the exercises, we have given very interesting exercises, project, work, life skill, and lab session. So these are hands-on activities. They give rise to experiential learning, and they are also based on they also develop 21st century learning skills in the students. So there are projects which encourage them to think creatively and constructively. Then we have given them projects based on their life skills. For example, a very interesting question has been given in this book, which says, while robotic arms during surgeries can perform precise functions, will it correct to say that they could replace doctors fully? Why and why not? So students are expected to discuss such questions and give their logic why they are saying that they can perform surgeries or they cannot. So whatever has been taught in the book, its connection to real life has also been given. We have also given driving question to students so that they think further and they answer them. We have provided them interesting lab sessions. They are not the simple traditional lab session. Rather, when we are teaching them something related to 3D, we have asked them to see a movie Avatar in a fantastic and enjoy the fantastic 3D experience there. So in this way, we try to make learning more interesting, fun way. We have given lots of experiments in grades 6, 7, and 8 to further explore AI. There are various web links given in the book, which our resource person has explained during her presentation. That in grade 6, we have provided a link to Auto Draw, a song maker page. And in grade 7, experiments with Google, research on Google. Grade 8, there is rock, paper, scissor reference given, which you were asking her to provide her that. So these web links are already there in our books for students to further explore. There are stream-inspired exercises given in the books, like data collection and all such exercises. They are given across all the books. Apart from these features, we also provide additional support to the teachers. We have teachers' manual ready with all the books. So it helps teachers to create lesson plans and conduct assessments in an effective manner. It saves a lot of time of the teachers in thinking about new activities, because we have already provided them a lot of new links to new activities which they can conduct in during imparting the lecture in the classroom. We also have interactive ebook, which I'll be showing you after this when this presentation is over. We also have a mobile app, which is a Digi Good Luck app. The students can download the mobile on their phones and they can learn AI. They can see the book on their phones itself. Like I'll show you, here is my phone and here is the app. This app takes them to the books and they can do all the activities in the app. We also have a test generator, which I'll be showcasing you just now after the presentation is over. It's over, it's the last slide of the presentation. So we also have a test generator. In the test generator, there is a repository, big repository of questions, which will help you to create test papers and worksheets for students. So this was about the presentation. I'll quickly show you the ebooks which we are providing. And I'll also show you the test generator. So first I'll take you to the ebooks. So you will get this kind of ebook along with our books. You can see, you can flip pages and the complete book is there right in front of you. There are different kinds of animations given in the ebook. If I play this, the animation will run. So there are different animations given in the book. You can highlight something, you can take a spotlight, and in case you want to run this in your classroom and discuss any particular topic, you can do so like this. If you want to zoom it, you can zoom it, and you can further, at the same time while zooming it, you can also take a spotlight on it. So you can discuss any particular topic. If you focus on any particular concept using these features. It also has a facility of recording your voice. So in case you wish to take voice notes, you can click on the button given over here. It doesn't have any recording, so I'll just record in front of you. You'll be able to see that. So I'm recording right now. Whatever I'll record, I'll allow my microphone and I'll start recording. I'm recording on page 8. The book name is Artificial Intelligence. So whatever I'm speaking right now is being recorded here in the software. If you wish, you can play it in another classroom. So I'm just stopping the recording. If I wish, I can change the page and my recording will be played on that particular page. So it was recorded on page 8. So wherever you are, it will be easy for you to, you can play the recording. So I hope you can see this. If you wish to take any notes or you want to use any pen, you want to focus, you want to show something to students, you can do that all as well. So it has all the features which you wish. If you wish to play some interactive activities in the classroom, there is a sign given over here. I'll just leave the pen first and then this particular sign is for interactive activity where a hand is shown. If I play on this, interactive activities will play. You can play these interactive activities in the classroom with students. At the same time, if they wish, they can attempt these activities on their mobiles also through our app. The app name is Digi Good Luck. For example, if I choose anything, it will tell us whether it's right or wrong. So I am just picking up random options. So this way, you can have interactivities in the classroom. Engaging activities have been provided over here. Any questions from the book? Do you want to ask any question? Do you want to see any particular feature? There is a search bar given over here. So if I write anything here, it will take me to Google and I'll be able to search that topic right there in the classroom. Of course, you need to be connected to the internet that very moment. Our books are provided online, but once you download them, you can use them offline also. There is no need for internet connectivity every time you use our books. They are to be downloaded once. In case there are any updations, then we'll provide you with the links again. So any question, Mr. Muhammad, Ms. Gada, do let me know in case you have any questions. Hello.
Thank you so much. Everything is clear so far.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for replying me at least. Yeah. So these are the various features of the book. Yes, please.
गायत्री भाभी बुला रही हैं.
Hello. So these are the various features of the book. You can zoom in, zoom out to make it more readable in the classroom. Apart from this book, we also provide with a test generator. Now I'm going to showcase you the features of our test generator. So I'll close this book and I'll open the test generator. Each book has a separate test generator. So I'm opening one of the test generators. I'm opening it for grade 7 right now. So we started. It has two modes, auto and manual. In manual mode, you get to choose for each chapter. I'll just show you. All the chapters are visible here. You have to go to each chapter and select the type of question you need. In auto mode, all the questions will appear automatically right in front of you. So I'm taking auto mode right now. I find it to be an easier mode. You can select the chapters of your choice. Any chapter can be, or if you wish, you can select any particular chapter. You can choose that as well. If you want to make a term paper, you want to select only 2 chapters, or you want to select 3 chapters, you can do as you want. So I'm selecting all the chapters at the moment. There is complexity level given with each question, which we have defined at our backend. The questions are easy, medium, and difficult. They are all tagged with easy, medium, and difficult complexity level at the backend. So if I submit, I get to see all the questions. I want to make a worksheet. You can decide between making a worksheet or a test paper. In the test paper, you get to choose duration of the paper and also maximum marks. In worksheet, you can define marks later if you wish to, and if you wish to give without marks, you can also give without marks. So there are different kinds of questions have been given here. Fill in the blanks, multiple choice question, true and false, very short answer question. You can select any particular type of question, or you can select all. I'm selecting all at the moment. There is a rich repository of question at the backend. So you can see lots of questions are there. You can decide how many questions you want to give. For example, I want to give 5 fill in the blanks. I want to give 5 multiple choice question. Maybe 2 true and false question. Very short answer question are 3, and short answer question, I want to select 3. So in this way, you can select number of questions and type of questions for your worksheets or your test paper. I submit it. Once you submit it, you see all the questions here. Now, there are further flexibilities given to you. When we go here, you can replace a question. If I'm not okay with this particular question, I can replace it here and I can select a question of my choice. Let's say I select this one and the question will be replaced. If I still do not like this question, I can remove it. Confirm, I have removed the question. If I wish to edit this particular question, I can edit it. So you can remove, replace, edit. You can do whatever you wish to with the question. This HHS is I'm writing just now, just to show you the change. How can you do it? If you want to add a new question, you can do that as well. A window will open for you to create a new question. And then if you want to include marks, since I have selected a worksheet, So worksheet can be given with marks or without marks. So you can include marks like this. And after including marks, if you feel that you want to increase or decrease marks, you can do that as well. You can see I'm changing marks. I've given 7 marks to this particular question. So it's been recorded. And then you can finalize this test. You can write the name of your school. You can write your exam name. Say it's term exam 1. So all the things you can write here. Time limit also you can select for worksheet. Subject is AI. Set number 1 and then the class is 7. So if you submit it, your test paper is ready. And then you can generate, you have option of generating a student's copy or a teacher's copy. In student's copy, there's a difference between student copy and teacher's copy. In teacher's copy, you will get to see answers. And in student's copy, there will not be any answers. So I'll show you first the teacher's copy. So you can see answers are given here, filtering, or answer is equal to, or answer is environment. So I'm not selecting this one. I'll show you now student's copy. I cancel this and I'll show you student's copy. You can see all the questions are here and the marks are here, but there are no answers. The edited question here, you can see, and you can also see marks also I changed for this particular question. So they are different now. Let me know if you have any questions.
I just have one question about the assessment or the exams. Can the students solve them online, or it's just we generate it and we print it and give it to the students?
It is
Because
offline. Yes, you will have to print it and give it to, yes.
Okay.
You'll have to print it and give it to students.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Any question, Mr. Muhammad?
No, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm talking, but the mic was muted.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Really fruitful. We will just wait for the presentation and the recording, please. The session was fruitful than the other one. It is smooth and is the way of implementation. So I would say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And in case you have any queries, you can write them to Ms. Rose and she'll forward us all.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Same here. Same here. Pleasure is all ours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.